I
was like, what are you doing?
All right, welcome to the 5th episode of the Boondoggle. I'm one of your hosts, Mike James. With me, as always, is my man, John Romero. John, how you doing?
Doing well.
If you're watching on YouTube, you're not seeing us right now. You're watching a black screen because
It's Juneteenth.
It's Pride Month, Juneteenth. We're trying to cover all our bases. We ran into some technical difficulties, but the audio is still good.
That's all that matters.
That's actually a good question. I know we like to present a visual for our audience, but John, how do you consume your podcast?
It depends.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll do...
You'll do video?
Video, and sometimes I'll do... I think now that I work from home, I do more video than I do audio. When I was working in the office, I would do more audio.
Okay.
Because mostly I would listen on my drive.
Your drive.
To work.
Yes.
And it was an hour drive, so I could kill.
That's how I am.
Yeah,
so it's an hour to Irvine, hour back.
Yeah.
So
I work in Irvine too. So.
You work from home.
No, I used to work in Irvine. That's what I'm saying. I used to work in Irvine. So like,
Yeah.
it's okay, and I have a face for audio. So.
Oh, is it? John, you're good looking. The sooner you realize this, the sooner we're going to make it. All right. You would think this is the face of the podcast? This can't be. No, it's not good. So I only actually listen to podcasts on like to Irvine and back, to comedy shows and back. Rarely will I watch a podcast, and I don't know why. I just feel like it's just something that happened in the background. But yeah, also with us, who kind of caused our technical difficulties, George.
God? Who? What?
George, how you doing, man?
Fantastic. Wonderful. Hydrated. No pepperoni still, but that's fine. It's totally fine.
I could have stopped, but I had to work.
Now-
No. If somebody didn't work, they could have maybe gotten.
I mean, I bet there wouldn't have been technical difficulties if there were pepperonis.
Quickly tell us, how was your headlining set at the Ontario Improv, man?
If I'm being honest, a little sloppy in the middle.
Okay.
The meat was there. I had to make a pivot, but I'm very proud of how I had to pivot on stage and how I handled it. Like I told everyone, I had to pivot. I had to make an adjustment, but I don't think anybody noticed.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm proud of it. I wouldn't put it anywhere. But
You went splice it up in.
No. But it did help me ride into a good weekend. So I'm still riding that heat, and life's been good. Life's been fun.
Good, man. Congrats. I had some friends go, and they loved your 30 minutes.
Yeah.
They say it went by fast, and it was good. So I'm happy for you, man.
Yeah, that's what I was proud of. It didn't drag at any point, so
yeah,
energy was good.
I think that's the thing about comedy, too, is like now I think at our stage of our career, with me and George, we've been in it for a few years. 10 minutes is like kind of nothing now. We can do it. 15 is pretty cool. Like it's a little bit of a flex, but like 20 to 30, the goal of like keeping people's attention and constantly making people laugh without too many lulls, that's hard. That's like I did my first 30 last year in Redlands, and I walked off feeling okay about it, but I definitely walked away thinking like I got work to do.
So that's why George only gives you 8.
Yeah. He actually gave me 15 when I walked in. Luckily, someone didn't show up. So, and again, I sucked for that 15, by the way. That I think I told you, John. That was crowds are weird. Obviously, we want people laughing. And I guess we also want people to either just like not pay attention, because somewhere in the middle, there's this annoying thing that this audience did at this brewery. They would just look at us. They were engaged. And then instead of laughing, they would just like smile and nod in approval.
Like they were paying attention, but they really weren't.
Yeah. It's almost like they're like, you're doing good.
It's like when somebody asks you a question and you don't know like what they ask you, but you just shake your head like, yeah, I heard you. That's not the answer I was looking for, but sure.
It was... I didn't like my set that night. George, did you like your set that night?
Oh, I never like my set at Strong.
It is a good, tough room.
Yeah.
It is a good, tough room. I knew it was tough because I felt like there was a girl comedian from LA. I was laughing in the back. Like, I was like, this is funny. And the audience was still doing that head shaking. I was like, oh, okay. It's just not me. I guess that's good.
It's that kind of night.
But yeah, it was a cool cat. There's a cat there that gives fist bumps. So that's probably the highlight. And then Yeah, it was good. Good week. What else? What do we want to talk about? Your shirt?
Nobody can see.
So we have to describe stuff. Yeah. You're wearing Argentina shirt, which I love.
Should take a picture of it and post it on your Instagram.
There you go. Argentina World Cup winning shirt. Copa America starts tomorrow. Argentina's playing tomorrow, so they're defending their Copa America title from 4 years ago.
Is Messi still playing?
Oh yes, Messi's still.
How long do you think he has?
I think you know what.
He's like 37.
Yeah, you know what happened. I think Tom Brady ruined retirement for all these athletes. Well, like, if Tom Brady can do it at 56, why can't I do it? So,
yeah.
I feel like he may play in 2 years in the World Cup. We'll see.
Yeah,
he said it was the last one, but.
I mean, I feel like Tom Brady is obviously an exception to the rule. And I think Tom Brady was one of those, like, fitness freaks that, like, he watched what he ate. Like, same with, what's his name? Not Roy Jones Jr.,
Bernard Hopkins.
Correct. Yes, the boxer. He was saying that
he fought for a while too.
He fought till his 50s.
Yeah,
and
same with Foreman, but I don't think Foreman. He was just making stuff off the grill.
Yeah, but I think Hopkins. I heard a story that if you were, I don't know, let's say a casino, and you've like sparked up a cigar, he would walk away. Like he didn't want anything bad in his body. So I mean, yeah.
I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo's still playing.
And he's
39.
39,
so,
yeah.
So.
And still good looking.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gay?
No.
Have you heard that conspiracy theory?
No.
That he's gay and he's paying his family to be.
Was he at a Diddy party?
Yeah.
No Diddy.
Oh man, what's more embarrassing, being on the Epstein flight list or Diddy's house party?
That's really good.
Oh man.
What if you had double whammy? You were at both.
You went from one to the other. There's a flight log. Oh man, that's not good. Is he arrested yet? Did he? No, right?
No, I think he's still in the Cayman Islands or wherever he went to.
Yeah, it's one of those like, I believe you're guilty till you're proven innocent, but there's also this thing of you kind of did it, man. Right? You did it. I don't know what he's accused of doing, but he probably did it.
Well, that's Meek Mill.
Oh, I've heard that. I heard there's video. I don't know. Do you look at when you hear there's video of something? Do you look at
100%? Like,
do you?
I turn into an FBI investigator at that point.
I don't. It was years before I saw Kim K's sex pit. If you've had a sex video out, I didn't see it till like 5 years later because I just. And I think I only saw it because someone's like, "Look at this." And
I could watch it on my Android. Probably the iPhones you couldn't. So.
Is it pixelated on your Android? By the way, so we just said before we hit record, I've already broken my new iPhone that I didn't need to upgrade, but I did anyway. How good is Android on falls? Or do you have a case around your phone?
Not a case. I don't raw dog my phones like that.
Dude, you got a raw dog. You got a raw dog life sometimes, man.
Huh?
No?
Yeah. Well, I got a kid. Number 2 coming in January. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
congrats,
so,
man.
I raw dog twice at least.
Oh man, congrats, man! Congrats. We don't know boy or girl, right?
No, we won't. We won't know till August, but
we won't know till August. And what are you hoping for?
A boy. Just 'cause I already had a girl, so
the legacy.
Well, yeah, the legacy.
John Jr.
Yeah, no,
John
Jr. No.
Oh, all right. Well, I was hoping legacy was cool with you. I named my kid after me, but
that's you were like the 4th. Or the...
I had to. I would tell my son though, you don't have to do another Michael. Come on. All right, George. Let's start this week with the first topic.
Boom. Topic number 1. Favorite stove burner. That's the only topic today.
This episode is my favorite part so far.
It's just a hot mess, but it's not really a hot
blacked mess. Out. We're using my laptop that's on one leg left.
Nothing happened.
We're going to have to animate that in.
Favorite burner?
Favorite burner. I mean, I feel like everyone's got a favorite stove burner that they use. Which one's yours?
It's the bottom right.
The one closest to you.
Yeah, closest to you to the right.
To the right?
Yeah.
I think that's mine too. My wife is front left.
Is she left-handed?
No. I feel like
that right one is the most used.
Is it? Do you think it's a left hand, right hand thing?
I think it has to be. That would make the most sense.
Yeah.
I think it's the one that gets. I can't even remember using any other one. The other ones are just storage. Like
it's for aesthetics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never use the back ones. Like I rarely do. I guess what I'm saying is I don't cook a meal where I need multiple burners.
And I was gonna say that's probably the thing too. We're only using one.
I mean, I probably do. Maybe if I'm getting fancy, I'll need like the oven and the stove. But again, I'm using that front right burner for everything. A small pot, a big pan, a big like turkey pan. So I use that one. It's I think the ours right now is like it's going out too. I can feel like
just the right one.
Yeah, just the right one. But yeah, it's what about microwave? How often, like, do you use your microwave for everything? Do you like heat it up?
Not for everything. I don't heat up pizza in a microwave.
Oh, no. Interesting. Oh, how do you heat it up?
Toaster oven.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that hack. Oh, I've heard
in the
fries in the air fryer heating up is. Like,
here's another question. So let's say does your microwave have a 30-second button?
Mm-hmm, it does. Like just it adds.
Okay, if you want to do a minute, do you do a minute or do you do 30 seconds twice?
I do 60 seconds. And can I tell you, if it's like a minute 15, I do 75 seconds. Odd. Yeah. You? What do you do?
Now, if it's a minute, I'll do 30 seconds twice.
Okay. All right. George, what's your favorite burner? Which one do you use the most?
My favorite burner is my girlfriend. Whatever one she uses.
It's the one you use.
Yeah, that's
hey, Harrison
my favorite.
Butker.
Yeah.
Make me a sandwich.
You've had her.
I will say, though, I hate using the stove because I hate cleaning the stove. That is, I mean, this is probably another topic for another day, but one of the chores I hate doing is cleaning the stove. I'd rather clean the bathroom shower, which I hate, but cleaning stoves, agonizing. Grease, shit. It's just reminding me of what I ate.
And you like when you cook, do you like wash the dishes as you cook?
No. I'll like set up a pile, and then if I hopefully have enough energy, I'm betting on future Michael. I bet on future Michael a lot. Like, you know what? Let's just cook. Let's serve dinner to my family, and then let's clean. And no, sometimes it's 50-50. You know, man. Like, I'm tired. You know, I got to go to comedy. You know, my wife believes in gender roles, but she doesn't clean. I don't know. It's weird.
So does she then?
No, she just wants to like work from home, or she just wants to be a stay-at-home mom, but like not any of the stay-at-home
mom
stuff.
Just stay at home, like be a stay-at-home mom, but that's all she does. Is
watching TV and bonbons and kids running around.
Vanderpump Rules.
All right, George. Next one.
Topic number 2: hot takes.
Ooh, hot. I mean,
that song, I feel like I should be coming out of an elevator, like with that sound. Like,
21st floor, menswear.
Hot takes.
Hot takes. Which one? What's your hot take?
I got a few of them.
Are these hot takes like in society, or hot takes that you've always just kind of thought? Like,
kind of always thought.
Okay.
One of them is if you're over the age of, let's say 12, you should not put ketchup on your hot dog.
Oh my god!
I think that's
childish. Let's just grow up. Is that what you're saying?
Just grow up.
Do you not like ketchup?
I like. I'm not that I don't like it, not that I hate it.
Yeah,
but it's.
So over 12, switch to relish or something.
No, it's just mustard.
Do you put ketchup on eggs?
No.
Oh, I do.
I put hot sauce on it like a grown man, but.
Okay. I put ketchup on my hot dog. That's rude.
Yeah.
Hot takes one for me is, this is more probably of like an old man complaint. I think there is too many street lights and cross light, like walkways. Like for me to get to like a mic that we go to Riverside for, there's like 90 lights I gotta pass, and it's just like, why? And like, I feel like crosswalks, they're too long. Like, if you can't cross the street in 30 seconds, you should be walking. But they're like 2 minutes out here. So I kind of want Darwinism kind of take over. Survival of the fittest.
Yeah. Another one is the wave should be banned at all stadiums. I'm trying to watch a game. Like
100%. 100%.
Especially like they'll do it at the worst possible time.
I want to meet the people that want to start the wave.
Eliminate them from society. Going back to
Episode 1, baby. I always constantly am thinking, oh, we can add those people. People that want to start the wave. And then they're because they don't give up. They're just they'll try for innings.
Yeah.
And then they'll like yell at you like, come on, let's go. Or like, come on, man, we're losing. Like, I don't think the waves are really going to help.
The funny part about that is that I grew up going to soccer games with the guy that created the wave.
What do you mean created the wave?
Like he said he invented, like he was the first person to do the wave.
Is this verified? Is
there's a.
Is this on Wikipedia?
It is. There's like a controversy whether it started at the University of Washington where they did it, or whether it was Crazy George who did it at an Oakland A game in the 1970s.
Oh my God! I can't believe there's actually a debate.
Yeah. And I think there's like an ESPN 30 for 30 like short on them debating who started it first.
Yeah.
But I like Crazy George. He would go to soccer games and he just bangs the drum the whole game, and he's the one that created the wave. But
I didn't even think about how it started. I feel like it's always been there since like the 1800s.
Yeah. Do you know what the wave is called around the world?
No. Well, first of all, they do the wave? I thought that was just a USA thing.
No, they do the wave in other parts of the world. But it's not called it's called the wave, but they add another word to it.
What is it?
The Mexican wave.
So wait, hold on. So if they do the wave in like England,
it's a Mexican.
They're
wave.
like, "Hey, we doing the Mexican?"
Yeah, because the first time they saw it done was at the 1986 World Cup in Mexico. So it was the Mexican wave. Yeah,
I'm okay with that. At least we got something.
We got the wave.
We got the wave,
but not creator.
Not creator.
But that's where. I was watching some soccer game the other day, and they're like, "Oh, they're doing the Mexican wave." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. That's what they call it, like in other parts of the world." Like,
I thought you were setting me up, just like that Jackie Robinson. I was like,
"No, that's 100% true." That's just...
Hey, I didn't know that. Yeah. All right, okay. Hot take. I'll say this is going around on TikTok, and I believe it, or I'm for it. Whatever we want, what word you want to say. There's a guy that says like, if you have a kid, you should be. Like, you shouldn't make like 20 grand a year, 30 grand. Like, that should be illegal. You should have, and he says that I think a minimum of like 60,000 a year. I'm for that. I don't know if that's a hot take. I just think it's like, I mean, it's probably best that you make that much money at least to help both of y'all out, because
I mean, it also depends where you live too. Like,
by the way, so and obviously a complaint that people that are anti-kids, that don't want kids, one of their arguments is like how expensive they are. Just a quick question. Do you feel like you've...
So far, no, but...
Yeah, okay. Like Same with me.
It's still early on, though.
We're 9 months in.
Yeah,
and I think we're still living off of...
10 months tomorrow. So
that's right.
And you're 10 months, 3 days, so it's basically 10.
So, yeah, we're probably still living off, baby shower gifts and stuff like that. Hand-me-downs. So, I was like, I don't think they're that expensive. I don't know how you calculate that. Yeah. And everyone, I don't know. This might be a hot take. I hate how people assume like I'm going to pay for my kid's college. I don't know why. It's just like, well, I paid for mine. Like, he can pay for his. Am I a bad parent if I?
No.
Right? Yeah. Loans is, just don't take out $500,000 in loans.
Are you a ranch dipping sauce fan?
I'm not a ranch fan.
Okay, because my other hot take is buffalo wings should be eaten with blue cheese, not ranch.
That's gross. A hot take? I hate blue cheese. I hate blue cheese dipping sauce.
I guess that's I'm a West Coaster, and I feel like I should be ranch, but like my parents love blue cheese, so like I always eat stuff with blue cheese. And then I went to the East Coast, and it was all blue cheese.
Is it just wings?
What do you mean?
Like that you believe blue cheese?
Yes.
But like a pizza crust?
Yeah.
You could dip it in ranch.
Well, I'm raw dogging the sauce.
Okay, we are raw dogging some stuff, just not a bare phone. Okay, all right. George, do you have any hot takes?
Yeah, if you're over the age of 18, put your drugs away.
What does that mean?
Like, if you're don't leave your weed out on the counter. Like, put it away. Put it in a drawer. Don't put your bong on display. Like, that's gross.
I
like,
see what you, I know. Like,
that's your thing. Put it away.
Manners.
Yeah.
Have some respect.
Yeah. Don't be classy.
Another one that might, I don't know,
ruffle
is Crocs.
Oh, that you just will wear them all the time?
No, that you shouldn't wear them if you're like again, like over the age of 10.
I 100% can back that one up.
Yeah.
I think it's the most ugly issue. Now, I've heard they're gonna counter you with they're so comfortable. I don't care.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah. There's other comfortable. We're old dads now. We can wear New Balance. We're fine now. You know. But
have you got a pair of New Balance yet?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and my back feels so much better with those. I will never wear Crocs, but yes, putting Crocs on a kid, of course, like
yeah, they look cute in them,
and they're just easy to put on. Yeah. You know, like I'm trying to put on a kid's shoe is probably a nightmare. So just anything that can slip on. I'm trying to think of one more hot take. I don't know. Happy Juneteenth. All right.
Happy Juneteenth.
Let's hit us. Hit us with one.
A hot take is that I think black people should. I'm just. Topic number 3: tipping. Does everybody deserve 20%?
Oh man, George, I'm gonna want your thoughts on this because George is in the service industry. What are we doing on this one, John?
I like the new trend that I've seen recently. If I'm standing up and you flip that thing, the iPad on me, you're getting zero. You're not getting it. You're getting no tip.
That was a good thought process, and I like it. If I'm standing up, you're not getting a tip. My sister shamed me, like to not like. She's like, if you're gonna go out, don't be cheap.
Yeah.
Like, you have to tip. Like she just said, you have to tip, and I have this fear that if I don't tip well enough, like that server is going to be like walk it back in the kitchen and talk shit about me, which probably never happens. But I'm just like have this fear that they do, right? And at the end of the day, let's say I don't tip on a meal, like should I care that they are talking shit about me? So I guess my tipping, how I do it is if I'm at the bar, Boondocks is different because we know the bartenders. Yeah. But if I go to, if Worthington's where we used to have open mic,
Michelle's,
which we should go. We should do an episode there. If I get a Jack and Diet, it's usually $8. I'm giving you $1. I don't think that's bad or good. I do crack up when you go to. It's usually like Vegas style type bars. They'll have like the breakdown of like what a 20% tip is on one drink, and it's let's say the drink is like $20 in Vegas, right? And so they're gonna be like, yeah, 20% is blah blah blah. I'm like, no, you just gave me Jack and Diet.
Yeah, like, do you think like most of the times you'll see that like it'll say percentage and it'll give you a number? Do you think those are right?
I've done a quick glance, and I'm not really good at like percentages. That was like the worst part of my math. But they always looked off to me. And someone told me, I think my wife told me they're off by like 2 or 3% or something like that. So let's start off with drinking. You're a beer guy. Your beers are what, $5, $6 at?
Yeah, 6.
Okay, how much are you tipping on that beer?
On one beer?
One beer.
I'll tip $1.
Okay.
On the beer.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. George, real quick, checking in with you. Is that okay as far as a bartender, or what do bartenders expect, I guess?
I think on average, $1 a drink is fine in almost any establishment. I think once you start playing economics, $2 a drink is more normal now.
Okay, yeah.
Especially with the cost of everything.
Right.
But I mean, I shoot for $2 a drink and more, but I give good service.
Right.
Like I throw your shit away. I ask if you need a refill before you even think about it. Things like that. So it depends.
Like I might do 2 at Boondocks just because a lot of the bartenders like they'll give me a beer before. Like I don't even have to ask for it. Like,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, I give. I think it's $8 at Boone. So if I get 2 drinks with you while we're there, it's $16. I'll tip them 20. Or I'll just round up to 20 so they get a $4 tip. Yeah. You know. Okay, so that's drinking. Dinner, I still follow 20%. Even if I get terrible service, even if they fuck up my order, again, it's just this fear of mine. Not to complain. Like, I'm afraid to complain. Like I don't know if this is like a little bitch about me, but it's one of those like, if they mess up my order, I'll tell them, but I'm not mad about it. But I'll still tip them 20%. You know, because I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know if it's just a bad day. I don't know if it's the cook's fault. Shit happens. There's so many people. So I wish I was one of those people that's like, well, I mean, I have a horrible experience. You're getting $5 if my bill's like $100. I kind of wish I was like that, but I'm always gonna
Some people's standard tip is $5, regardless of how
well,
much.
no matter what it is.
Is that true?
Yes.
Well, I saw
Yes.
a post. I forgot where I saw it, but like this girl went on a date with a guy. It was a first date. It was $16 tap for dinner.
For dinner and drinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you guys tip on that before we get any further? What would you tip on 162? Is that what he said?
116.
$116 tab. What do you guys tip?
If I'm okay, so there's a couple scenarios here. If I'm on dinner with my wife, who she's not getting away from me, I'm doing 20%. So whatever that is. Yeah.
I might do 25, but
yeah. I'll round up too. And most of the time, the experience that you mentioned, George, is good to pretty good. So I'll tip them 20-25%. If I'm on a first date, I will probably tip more.
In a gold bar, just boom.
Yeah.
So then 20% of 116 is $23. I might go to 25 just because I like that.
So that's like what, 140? Let's just say.
Yeah.
So if I'm on a date, I might just do like 150, 155 to be like, hey, I'm a good guy. I know that's dumb, but that's what I would do. What would you tip on that?
The 116? Like I said, I probably do 25.
25. Okay.
On that.
All right, George. Is that?
It depends on where I am and the experience.
Yeah.
I would not be out of line though. Just signing for 155, just even right off the bat, like that's fine for me. But I think my bare minimum is always gonna I'll just take the first digit or the first two digits and double that. So if I was just being quick in and out, it's $22.
Okay. But you're saying that there's some people out there that they're like, $5. That's where you're getting.
So as I said, this guy
100%.
tipped $6 on this tab, and the girl saw it. And she's like, "Oh, he's not getting a second date."
What do you think about it's from freaking one of my favorite movies, Reservoir Dogs. You've seen it, George? You've seen Reservoir Dogs now? Great movie from the 90s. It's kind of dated, but in the opening scene, they're at a restaurant. Everyone has to tip put in $1 for tip. It looks like they all just had coffee, maybe like a muffins or whatever. So it's not a big bill, especially in the 90s. That's like $8. Anyways, one of the characters, Mr. Pink, says, "Oh, I don't tip," and they're like, "Why don't you tip?" And he just said well, it's weird that these people are serving us food, so we have to tip them, but you don't tip someone at McDonald's. So I guess, what do we feel in the room about, should we be tipping people at McDonald's?
Well, I think, are we the only country that?
I've heard other countries, if you tip, they're offended.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true.
It is, from what I've heard too. So.
Yeah. So I don't know. So I'm always tipping. I just feel like that's what you have to do. So
you say you always do 20, right?
20%.
So the other day we went out and it was a big group of us, and they automatically did the 18. Would you go above the 18 that they already charged to your?
Oh, it's already
in the.
Oh, yeah. I kind of blank on that. My bad. But then again, here's the thing. I hate going to dinner parties, because I hate splitting the bill. In the sense of, I hate that awkwardness of okay, you got what and you got what, and someone always doesn't put in their amount. So I tend to try to bail out on dinner parties. If
you don't pay at all.
Yeah.
Here's $5.
If it was your birthday, right? And you're I'm going to, so-and-so, we're gonna have a big dinner party, I'll go for you. But if it's if I can weasel my way out, I'm can I just meet you at Boone's afterwards? Yeah, I'm doing that. If it's already included, I think I just go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's what I was and it kind of, we felt bad. I was I probably would have given you more if you didn't have that 18%. I think it was what they included in the tab. I'm I don't feel like doing math.
No, I'm with you.
I have seen people do when they put the tip, they'll just put a total at the
end,
and they'll for the where you should put what the tip is do the math.
George, do servers like that automatic 18%, or I don't even know?
Yeah, because there is, unless it's mandatory, there's still a chance you get stiffed on a $486 tab. Yeah. I'd rather take the 18 guaranteed than the maybe of 22.
Have you ever been stiffed?
Yeah.
Is it more frequent than because I can't imagine people would do that, but
I see it all the time.
It's I wouldn't say more frequent, but I'm not surprised. But it does suck. It happens maybe 2 or 3 times a week for me.
No shit. I thought you were gonna be like 2 or 3 times a month.
No, well, but you got to think like I'm doing a day shift. It's kind of lunchtime. Sales aren't that high, and I'm still doing probably $1,500 in sales during the day. So that's a lot of just heads in general.
And do you mean stiff, meaning you get zero?
Zero, yeah, big old goose egg.
Can you tell? Like when someone sits down,
I can tell by their mannerisms. Usually people that are going to stiff you are on one side super rude or very, 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 very grateful for everything. Thank you so much for the water. Thank you so much for the napkins. Thank you so much. Thank you. Because they're going to leave you zero.
It's just, you get a bunch of thank yous.
Yeah, they're never in the middle. It's always super rude. Like I've never been to a restaurant before, or I go to restaurants, I'm not going to tip you, but thank you for everything. You were amazing.
No way. Have you ever left zero? Have you ever had bad service where you were like, I'm not tipping anything?
No.
Okay. Yeah, same.
I've taken people to Boondocks and they've left a crappy tip.
No.
So then I feel like I had to make up for that because I'm like, I'm sorry. Like
growing up, I had friends that I don't know if they knew how to calculate a tip. There was always friends where I would kind of try to peek at what they left, and then I would leave more because I was like,
I did see another guy. He went to his local coffee shop and they had like the thing where they flip the thing, but they put a sticker over the no tip part, so he couldn't leave. No tip. He's like, I stopped going there because that's bullshit. Like,
dang. Oh man. All right, George, put a bow tie on this. When should people tip and when should people not tip? If you have that rule. I don't know if that's
me. I tip when there's a service involved. Like, but the thing about like working at McDonald's and expecting a tip is you're not a service. You're fast food.
Okay.
Like you're doing everything. A server is there in the building to serve someone. To provide service. But as a McDonald's employee, you're in the building to cook. You're in the building to make fries. You're in the building to scrub the goddamn floors. Like, your service is not necessarily part of your job.
They're getting $20 an hour now, too.
Also, yeah. That's why if you go in, they're all managers.
Yeah,
they're all managers. Everyone's wearing collars and shit.
Real quick, can I tell you? I like the no employee.
Beep, bop, boop. One last tip thing. Takeout. If you go and pick up.
That one I always struggle with. I leave a tip. It's not great.
It's not. They're the same.
It might say Brush Fire. If we go to Brush Fire, and it's always like $60 when we go. $5.
Yeah. I think I forgot who got it. Was some celebrity got like made fun of for not leaving that big of a tip. Yeah. And they thought it was a restaurant, but he's like, no, I got takeout. I left something, but I didn't leave a normal.
George, since you're you're the expert on this. Mm-hmm. What do you think about leaving tip on takeout? Is that a thing?
Yeah, especially now because like post COVID, like the people doing the takeout a lot of times are there to do the takeout.
Right.
Sometimes you can get away with the front desk or the host or whatever packing to go orders and whatnot. But there's so many now that like
but what would
that's
you say
their
the
job.
Percentages would be for that?
That also depends on how big the order is. Gotcha. But I think $100 order, no more than $20. But anyone packing food and getting it cash, they're usually happy that they're just getting something.
You getting something?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's.
Can I say the problem though? The problem that with tipping and not tipping, especially at like a restaurant, is that most places the servers got to tip out on a percentage of their sales. So that if you go in and you leave zero, you are taking money inadvertently out of the server's pocket because you were too lazy to go eat. Like your sales are what they're gonna tip their line cooks and their runners and their bussers. So if you have a $600 bill and you leave $20 because you think that's adequate, you're gonna think like, no, they're probably tipping 10% of that $600 to the secondary staff.
And then correct me if I'm wrong, but they're still taxing tips like the state of California?
Yeah, there is like a threshold of like they assume a certain number of cash tips.
Yeah.
Like, that it's low, but it is still the same way of like you are kind of inadvertently taking from the server.
Okay. I guess what we could say is tip, just be... if you're gonna go out, tip. I can't believe
Like they always say, don't forget to tip your bartender.
Oh yeah,
Your
especially
servers.
comedy shows. Like they're probably like you're serving drinks and you're gonna serve animals at some point if they get too drunk. So, but yeah, John, you telling me that someone doesn't tip at Boondocks? I'm like, it's $1. Like it's just something. Oh, that breaks my heart. Be nice, people. Be what I would say well mannered. All right, next.
Unless your server's ugly, you don't have to tip ugly. That should be across the board. If you got a baddie, help her out. Keep some light bills up. Boom. Topic number 4: best drunk story.
Best drunk stories.
I guess a quick one because this could be a whole episode. For me, best drunk story is I was dating a girl and she said, "Hey, let's go to Vegas," on a whim. I was like, "Okay." We went that night and she was like, "Hey, pack like something nice, like suspenders, a collared shirt." And I was like, "Okay."
Suspenders.
And so she got ready. She was wearing a white dress, and I was like, "Looks like are you proposing to me right now?" It looks like she's like, "No, we're gonna tell people we just got married, and we got free drinks all night. I mean, front of the line, VIP on this club, and we would say an hour, we'd leave, we'd go." And it was fun. It was cool. Everyone's like nice when they like. I've been.
That you married. You just got married.
I've been in Vegas and I've been at the bar and I see a bride and a groom. I'd be like, "What do you guys want?" You know. So that was cool. That was fun.
Some friends tell me like after they got married, instead of going to the reception, they went to the Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, because we want Cheesecake Factory. We just got married. And they went to didn't pay for a meal. They got a bunch of gift cards. Everybody was buying them stuff at Cheesecake Factory. Yeah. Do you know how many items there are at the Cheesecake Factory menu?
It gives me anxiety how many pages are on that menu.
What would you guess be?
How many items?
Yeah, on the Cheesecake Factory.
I'm going to go 100.
250.
It's too much. But can I tell you, I kind of don't like restaurants that just have one page. I'm like, this is it? This is all you got? And then I'm like, this better be good. And then when I get it, I'm like, it's okay.
My drunk story would be one time I got pretty drunk. And
at Boone's? Where was this?
It was either at Boone's or just a house party.
Okay.
And it was Saturday. No, it was Saturday night. Mm-hmm. Fell asleep. Don't remember falling asleep. And wake up the next day. Yeah. And I start getting ready for work.
Yeah.
Getting ready. Okay. Got to get to work.
Right.
Girlfriend asked, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm getting ready for work."
Yeah.
She's like, "It's Sunday."
That was good.
I was like, oh, then I'm cool then. Huh?
Yeah, let me get a salad. Let me get a salad in.
No, let me go back to sleep. Because at that point, I worked at 5 a.m. So I was like, I could go back to sleep. And
that's one thing I miss about my youth. Like, people are like, "Do you hate getting older?" I'm like, I don't mind it. I do miss being young, drinking all night, and then my alarm goes off at 6 a.m. I'm like, I'm fine. Like, I could totally make it. Now it's rough. It's really bad.
Yeah, there was a few, like I said, I worked at 5 a.m. and there was a few times where I would be out till 12, 1 o'clock, sleep 3 hours.
Yeah.
Drive to work in Irvine and get there. I'm like, the hell did I just get here? Have you ever been driving and you're like, did I run any red lights?
All the time. I've been like, what happened right now? Am I a stimulation? I can't think of it. Like, drunk stories, I usually stay where I'm at and it's just fun. I think recently with you, I think a fun, it's not even like anything happened, is we were at Boondocks and I think it was during the win of the last game. It was like a playoff NFL game. I don't even think that. I think it was like week 16, 17. And then it was around Christmas and we took over the jukebox and we had that big long table and we were there for like 3 hours. And I mean, to me, those are the nights that are fun where it's just like, you're talking to everyone, you're joking, you're making, those are the memories that stick with me. But like best drunk story, that's probably in Vegas. It's probably in Vegas. Those nights where you go to.
I think Justin Timberlake has a good drugstore.
Dude, I can't believe. So before we hit record, John told me that the cop did not know who he was, like Justin Timberlake was, and I assumed it was like a 55-year-old veteran who's like on his last month, and you're like, no, he was like 25, and he,
like Justin Timberlake, like it's gonna be me. It's gonna be memed.
I've had that experience, I guess you could say. I was in Vegas one time. I was in an elevator. There was a guy who you could tell he had money, and he was carrying himself like he was famous. He had like a pretty girl next to him, and I looked at his hand. He had like a Super Bowl ring. No, an NBA championship ring. And I was trying to look at him. He had his glasses on. And I was just like, I can't really make it out. And I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I've been trying to figure out who you are.
It's Shaquille O'Neal. How can you not tell? He was 7'6".
And he just said, oh, I was on, I can't remember. I think it was the 76ers. Not the 76ers, Pistons.
Okay.
When the Pistons were...
2005.
Yes. Sports autism. So good. And they, real quick, that team had like, who were the like...
They had Chauncey Billups was the Finals MVP, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace,
yes.
Ben Wallace.
Look at you.
Antonio McDyess might have been on that team.
Oh, man. You're just like AI, but for sports.
Darko Milicic was in that team. So was it a black guy or a white guy? Okay. Yeah. Nobody can see your reaction, but it was a black guy.
It's Juneteenth. And so I asked him, I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make out who you are. And blah, blah. He's like, oh, I was on the Pistons team. And I was like, oh, nice. Congratulations, blah, blah. He's like, thank you. And he was cool enough to be like, I was on the practice squad. And he's like, I played one game or, a 10-day contract. But he's all, I was mostly on the practice squad. And you still get a ring. I was all, hey, no shame, bro. You could pay me and give me a championship ring.
I think it was when the Celtics won. Brian Scalabrine. I don't know if you know who that is. He's the White Mamba.
Oh, yeah. Correct.
He did a press conference after they won. He's like, I'm going to tell my kids I played every minute, scored 40 points, was a Finals MVP.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Another fun drunk night was I worked at Bank of America. There was a couple that owned a real estate business. They invited us to a bar they were opening up somewhere in like Fontana-ish area. And they told us before, oh, Michael Jordan might come by. And I was like, okay, all right, bullshit. And they're like, no, he's in town because there's like, is it motocross with the bikes? Yeah. So he's like, there's a motocross thing at Fontana Speedway. And I was just like, I don't see the connection. And my friend was like, oh, Michael Jordan owns. He has Jordan Brand, and Jordan Brand sponsors
like NASCAR. Then it was stuff like that.
I was like, I didn't know that. Okay, and so we go to the bar. It's cool. We see a couple of bikes that have MJ's emblem, like the flight Jumpman on it, and within like the next hour, MJ came in. I mean, every dude was on that side of the bar, just looking at him. And I will never forget, a girl said, I don't see what the big deal is. He's just an athlete. And I wanted to scream at her. I'm like, this is the closest thing to God right now. And I was just staring at him. And this was before I think pictures were on cell phones. I was like, this is the coolest. I still cannot believe I saw Michael Jordan in person.
At least you got the real one. Have you ever seen, I think it's a ESPN commercial where like it's like a guy picking up, like, how the airport is just Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah, they're all excited.
Yeah, they're all excited. And like some other guy, and then
and
it keeps running. It's just this white guy named Michael Jordan. He's like, delivery for Michael Jordan, and then he opens the door, and it's another one. Like, I did meet Dennis Rodman,
Newport Beach,
John Wayne Airport.
Oh, okay.
We were on the same flight, Southwest flight, and he was just drunk at the bar. Like he was just causing a scene.
Are you a person that says hi to celebrities when you see them? If you see Messi and you have a chance, are you saying hi?
Yeah.
George, are you starstruck at all? Do you look? I'm gonna guess no.
That's what I guess.
No, not really.
Yeah.
But I haven't run into that many people, I guess.
Who's the most famous person?
Probably Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And nah.
I mean, I said hi. I was at the mic. I was like, hey, I listen to your podcast. That's cool. And it took off.
Okay.
I did see, was it One Direction at, was it Six Flags? Magic Mountain?
Yeah.
They were there, like, there one time, and, like, we were just standing there, and they just walked by. I talked to one of them real quick.
I think in the comedy world, I think I've been starstruck because I saw like Dave Chappelle in person. I didn't obviously perform with him, but I was no. I'm sorry, not Dave Chappelle. Chris Rock. I was parked. I was walking towards the Comedy Store.
Kind of racist.
Juneteenth. And I was walking, and guy stopped, and I just kind of looked at him, and I just like was so close to Chris Rock, and I was like, it was like heaven, like those like remember the Halo sound? Yeah. Like that's how it sounded, and I wanted to
slap the shit out of him.
I wanted to be like, Chris, can I just get an autograph? That's the only person I think I would ever want an autograph from. But I was like, don't do that. Don't. George, real quick, do you have any drunk stories? You're not a big drinker, though.
No, not really. I try to keep it under control. Though there was one time I went to a party after work, and there was a baddie at said party. I think it was her house actually. And
is this? Where's this at? Real quick, is it here in Riverside? Is that in Hawaii?
Oh no, this is in SoCal.
Okay,
I've been out. So I was probably working at the restaurant already, like 3 years maybe. So I was still kind of new-ish. But there was a baddie, which there was a vibe. It was, yeah. So I got there like late, and she was like, "You got to catch up." So she just started feeding me like shots of Jack, out of a fucking handle, and it was a good party. We had a good time. Like we hung out, but afterwards I drove to IHOP and I barfed my brains out. I had to like change venues because I didn't want to embarrass myself. But yeah, I barfed in the parking lot. But still went inside to have pancakes. So
as a guy, I would say that's a great night. If you go to somewhere, you have a good time with your friends, you get someone's number. Like you don't even have to like have sex with them. I just think they're like the excitement of the possibility. You're like, this is cool. Like, and then you obviously if you end the night with food, I mean.
He consumed it, and how good are you a thrower upper? I guess is the...
Oh, I hate it. I'll cry. I'll do anything to prevent it. I have not thrown up since my junior year, and I had a bad hot dog with ketchup on it.
That's why.
I hate it. If I throw up, I can't imagine. I'm like, you know what? I could still go. Like I've had friends throw up and keep drinking, or throw up and had IHOP. I think I'm like, I'm good. I'm going to try to go there.
Have you ever heard what a power hour is?
Yes, I've done that.
I did the power hour, and I think I threw up like minute 40. And then just kept going. Like, I was like, I didn't throw up. I was just peeing in
there. George, can you, obviously you can puke and rally. Can you puke and rally?
I mean, I'm pretty good about not having anyone know I threw up.
Yeah.
Like even if it's in someone else's bathroom, like I'll finger brush my teeth like on the way out. Like, but I'm also silent. Like I just open everything opens up and it comes out. If we were right next door, if I was in this toilet right here and I went to go throw up, you guys wouldn't know.
I remember one time I was helping a girlfriend throw up and she was farting. Nice. And I remember I was like, this is over. This is so over. I'm
going to come in her hair and we're done.
You just Shark Tanked it for that reason.
I'm out. I thought you loved me. I thought she loved me. George, what are we at? How many minutes are we doing?
About 50.
All right, let's do one more topic. And then we'll do this week's
final topic of the evening. Boom. Sending dick pics.
John, you've sent a few, right? To me, it was weird.
Just right now. That was what that ring was.
I do think everyone has sent a dick pic, and what I mean by that is that meme of that black guy hanging off the bed with his fucking just donkey dick.
Thor's hammer.
Mjolnir. Juneteenth, y'all. I've never sent one because
you just said everybody sent one. But
I've sent that meme. I've never sent one only because it's not that I am embarrassed of what I got. It's just I know I'm gonna piss off someone, and they're just gonna keep it, and they're gonna show their friends, and I don't want to live in infamy like that. So
when you become a big comedian,
yeah, when
it's gonna come out.
Yeah, like we're gonna be ready for a show, and George is gonna come up to me and he's like, "Real quick, you're trading on Twitter because your cock's out, dude." I'm like, "Damn it, man!"
Hashtag small thoughts. Yeah.
This is why I give you 8 minutes.
Yeah. You just went from 8 to 5 real quick. You're not pulling a Drake, just fucking swinging.
oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, okay. So we go back to like, do you look up shit that like if there's a video? Apparently,
dude,
Drake,
I searched forever for that one.
I don't because I'm like, all right, yeah, you said dick pic. Okay, so you saw Drake's dick pic. Impressed?
It wasn't even a pic; it was a video.
Oh
like,
my
he
God.
was just fucking. He was like a little baby elephant swinging the trunk.
Have you ever sent one?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Was it well received?
Yeah.
I don't know.
2 kids later, yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, no, I've never sent one.
Like, is it because you couldn't find the right angle, or?
I just don't know how a woman, like, what's it do for the woman? Like, if a girl sends me naked pictures of her, awesome. Highly encouraged.
And you don't feel obliged to reciprocate, I guess?
No. Yeah, I'll do it in person. I don't, yeah. I've never sent one just because, again, I'm like, oh, man, someone's going to post this. Yeah, that's where my mind goes. I've been asked to, hey, can you send me? I'm like, absolutely not, because you're going to use it against me. That's what I assume.
You could send it on Snapchat. It disappears.
No, it never does. Screenshots, baby.
Well, you know when they screenshot.
Yeah, but you still screenshot. It's still like
You just know who leaked it.
Yeah, you just know who leaked it.
I feel like I'm obviously in the minority of this because I always laugh when Jeff Bezos' dick pic is out there. I'm like, fucking Amazon Mr. Billionaire has a dick pic out there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't do it. I think it's weird. I just don't know what the girl's supposed to do. Like, yeah, this is good. Let me print it out and rub it all over my body. I don't know.
Print it out.
I don't know. George, ever sent one?
No.
No?
No.
What would it take for you to send one?
A bigger dick.
Hey, you could have added 2 inches.
No, like my dick is. That's why I haven't. I'm not saying I've never taken a picture of my cock.
Wait, you've never found the right
But
filter?
I've never. There's just never been a recipient. It's like because in order to get a good angle where my cock doesn't look embarrassing, it's got to get close. Like it's like you're standing at the foot of a redwood. You're just like I'm just looking straight up at this thing right now. So
I imagine that black guy with his cock hanging out, that had to be a dick pic. How about that? If I had that guy's dick, that's the dick pic I'm saying.
well, for sure, because someone else took that picture of him.
Like he has 2 hands. We see his 2 hands. It's like you said, somebody took that picture.
Yeah, you ask someone, that's confidence.
Fun fact, the guy's dead.
Is he?
He's dead, yeah. He's been dead for a few years.
Semi-fun fact, his dick is they put it in front of the White House to stop trucks.
Yeah, I don't send them. And then, I don't know.
Kind of weird, that he's dead?
No, I don't know. I know that
You did some deep research on that dick.
I just heard about on a podcast. I do find it funny. I have a buddy who was like, my favorite porn actress, right? I forget her name. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't really follow porn, so let me look her up. And I found out, like, oh, she's been dead for 5 years. And I was like, does that change anything for you that she's been dead for 5 years and you're doing what you're doing? He's like, no, if anything, I'm going to do it tonight.
It's like jerking off to a Banksy now. There's only a handful of them.
Rare. Very rare. All right. Let's go to this week's Marry Fuck Kill. One of your friends, John, reached out to us because we asked the audience for topics, and he or she, I don't know, your cousin said something. They, I think actually in their bio it says they, he, they, she. I don't know.
This is they, she.
They, she said, can you do anything but marry, fuck, kill? So because of that, I'm going to give you 2 this week.
Shout out Dolly. The future godmother of my child.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, now I feel bad.
Don't worry, she's not even listening.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna give you two. Let's do the nice one.
Two.
Since we're in summer, marry, fuck, kill. Your favorite summer holidays. So Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day.
Okay. Goddamn. Gonna sound bad right off the bat.
Please.
Okay, so I am marrying Labor Day.
You're gonna marry Labor Day.
Yes.
Okay.
That means I'm closer to football.
All right.
I'll fuck 4th of July, and I'm killing Memorial Day just so we can all memorialize it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could change them technically, but I like the barbecues are better for 4th of July than they are for Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only bad part of the 4th of July is that it's 4th of July and it can fall any day of the week.
Yeah, like it's on a Thursday this year. Yeah. Got it. I got you.
But I like 4th of July more than like Memorial Day.
Okay. All right. So I fancy you a drinker. So my next one is going to be drinking holidays, quote unquote. I don't even know if they're holidays. Is that what we...
Yeah, they're holidays, quote unquote.
Okay.
Just like Juneteenth is a holiday.
All right. So favorite drinking holiday. St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo. And I don't know if it's technically a holiday, but it's a big one. The day before Thanksgiving.
I think it's just a drinking day. These are holidays or drinking days.
They're interchangeable. You can use that. Okay, so those three. So, marry, fuck, kill. St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo, day before Thanksgiving.
All right, so marrying St. Patrick's Day, fucking the day before Thanksgiving, and killing Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, I think that's mine. And you know what sucks too? We're Latin.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I would probably do the same thing. I love St. Patrick's Day. I love white people. I love Irish green and all that fun stuff. I look forward to St. Patrick's Day every year. Cinco de Mayo, I don't know. Just doesn't do it for me. Probably the music. I don't know. Something. Food's good.
And you could get a mariachi band singing Higher by Creed.
That's great. I can't tell you. I love that. And then day before Thanksgiving, man, that was a big holiday. You got to see people in town. So you can see who got divorced, who got fat. It's just so good. George, give us that favorite drink. Oh, you're not a drinker. So I'll give you favorite.
I got an answer across the board for all of your options.
Go. All right.
I'd murder all those days because I work all those days.
I was gonna say that.
And those days fucking suck.
But do you make money though?
No.
You get no tips those days.
No extra tips, no. And then people get drunk and then they'll like forget to tip even. So
what's the worst holiday then for you?
Yeah.
For me specifically,
Which one
in
are you murdering
my
just, like,
specific
fucking
day on
killing
it's you didn't mention it, but Mother's Day. Yeah.
Why is that?
Is lit. Is crazy how many people like don't want to cook for their moms.
That's true.
Mother's Day is the busiest day for most restaurants that are open.
Father's Day.
Father's Day can suck a dick.
Shit,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No dad wants to cook a steak cooked by another man.
It's true. It's true. What did you get for John? What did you get for Father's Day, real quick?
Me and my daughter got matching shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I got a onesie for her, a shirt for me. So our first Father's Day, and I had a beer mug and a bottle, and I got a USA soccer jersey.
Nice. Jessica was like, "All right." So for Jessica, I got her whatever she wanted, and I try to like pamper her and all that. And then she's like, "Okay, what do you want for Father's Day?" And I was like, "Can you just take the baby and leave the house for 4 hours?" And she was like, "That's it." I'm all, "That's all I need, baby." And it was amazing. Amazing. That was the best gift. But yeah, we don't, she was like, "You don't want to go to a restaurant?" I'm like, I just feel like it's going to be crowded and no one really cares about Father's Day. I'm blanking on the comedian's name, but he does a great bit about Mother's Day is the second most celebrated holiday behind Christmas. So it goes Jesus and then your mom. He's all, Father's Day is like 20th. And I was like, yeah, that's about right. But yeah, that's George. That's interesting. So St. Patrick's Day, you don't mind working with all those? I feel like that's got to be more annoying.
It's crazy, but it's too crazy. The money's never worth how crazy it is. I'll say that.
Okay, but Mother's Day, you're just like
Mother's Day is just balls to the wall. Is unreasonable how
do you get,
busy it is at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Do servers get stiffed at Mother's Day?
I would say less so, but I think with those days it's because like the family's around and you want to show face a little too. You know?
Which of the days would you say you get stiffed the most?
Juneteenth. No.
You only get 3/5 tip.
Yeah. 35 cents on every dollar. It's crazy.
Oh man. Okay. That's good. All right. Well, thank you for everyone. I know we don't have audio, so you can't see us signing off, but
visual.
Huh?
We do have audio.
I'm really going to try to do animation. I think it would be fun. I'll make us look better.
Yeah.
So John, drop your handles.
At Boondoggle_John.
Okay. All right. George.
At the George F. everywhere.
And we got what we got coming up this week for any shows? What's your next show?
Me? No, nothing for me.
30 minutes worm off. You need some time.
Yeah. He's going to cook a new 30. I like it. My name's I'm at the Mike James, and also well mannered. I wore this shirt for nothing. That says well, I'm at.
I got a picture of it.
Yeah, all right. But thank you for hanging out. We will see you on the next episode. Thank you.